Hey, I'm Jerry Hudak, class of 1961. I live in Newberry, Ohio. I have two daughters. Holly lives with her husband Matt up in Chugiak, Alaska, and my daughter Heather lives with her son in Kent. We've been very blessed and happy to be here. Thank you. And my wife Mary Ann, we've been married like 51 years, and we're very happy.
My name's Jim Stanek, class of 1961. I live in Newberry, Ohio. I have two children, John and Becky. My wife is deceased.
You retired?
I'm retired.
From where?
15 years now.
From where?
I was an electrician.
Union electrician?
Local 38, yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming today.
Hello, my name is Tom Rudar. I'm from the Benedictine class of 1966. I live with my wife Karen in Munson Township, and retired from Caterpillar for the last 8 years after 41 years in the heavy construction industry. Thank you.
George Martin, class of 54. Still working in real estate with LaRange Wagner Realty. And I'm on a couple of boards, Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging and Community Partnership. My wife and I, married over 53 years, are in two choirs together. We belong to Jesu Parish. We have had 8 children. All of them have been successful in life. 4 son-in-laws and 2 daughters who are Army, all of them back safe stateside. I don't know what else to add except that it's great getting together with the guys. Thank you very much.
Men of Benedictine. Glad to be here with all my co-Benedictine people. My name is Dave Balin, graduated in 1969, played football, basketball, and baseball. My father introduced me to Benedictine at probably the age of 4. I wanted to go there my whole life. He was class of 1949, played on the 48 city championship team, basketball and football. And my uncle Ray Gimbarski was on the championship football team also, along with Chuck Knoll. My other uncle Eddie Gimbarski played basketball at Benedictine with a great team in the 50s. My 3 sons all went to Benedictine. My oldest son David graduated in 97, Jeff in 98, Tommy in 01. David has a state championship ring for football. Jeff has 2 state championship rings for track, and Tommy played basketball. I was glad to be here at the breakfast, and I'd urge all Benedictine graduates to at least make it here once. Thank you.
We'll give his little speech right now, and we're glad to have him. Let's give him a hand.
Thanks for having me. I thought of my theme this morning. I decided our mission is to develop young men in mind, body, and spirit to become future leader of their family, businesses, and community. So I'm going to kind of go mind, body, and spirit back and forth in terms of really what's been going on in the last couple months, all right, and then a little bit about some future activities as well as how things are looking for next year and classes like that. So been talking to people back and forth. We just had the Hall of Fame, Hall of Honors. You probably saw the announcement, and I just want to acknowledge that that was really a celebration about the successful accomplishment or achievement of our mission, okay, in those young men. And part of my remarks that night was talking about the fact that there's a whole bunch of kids that are coming in this year, next year, the year after, that someday I expect to be at that same table being honored as being significant contributors to our sports legend, our community legend, and our business leadership legends and things like that. Kind of your era, Frank Yannick was inducted 56. His brother, Frank was inducted. His brother John accepted it for him and did a nice presentation. Jeff Chorba, 63. Gary Barnes, we were just talking about that, 69. And Wayne Basic, 70, were inducted in the Hall of Fame. Brendan Walton, He's out of Kentucky now, and take that back. Barnes is Kentucky, Brenda's in town. And Kevin Coffey, who came in from Virginia. Were all inducted. What was cool about that is all of them had a really specific experience or experiences at Benedictine about who they are today, how they got to be who they are today, based on individuals that were there at the school at the time. So that was a really special night for us. In addition to that, Father Dominic, class of '60, so a little bit after some of you guys, longest serving administrator in the school. He was inducted. It was really great to have him there that night. And Jamie Jorgensen, who's a little bit younger, class of '78, who's been very active on the board and helping out the school. Very active in his '78 class, bringing those classmates together for lots of different activities to help the school. Was also inducted. We were talking on the card down on the right down here on the car about different monks at the school, primarily the monks at the school, and we were talking about Father James, and there was some Father James stories in the Hall of Fame also, so I think you guys can relate to that, right? All right.
Father David.
Okay, all right.
Number
Very good.
1, 59 times.
Oh, that's what they're talking about, the number one. I personally never experienced that.
No,
So that's pretty, okay. Related to that, so to me that was around leadership, athletics, academics, and one of the things I mentioned is that we see the same thing today. Billy Belkey, senior, appointment to West Point, all right? Leadership, athletic, he's gonna punt for him, okay? But he's gonna become, he's gonna be commissioned. Good grades, leader on the field, in the classroom, and a good athlete. So that's special. That makes 17 out of the last 21 years where we had one of our seniors appointed to one of the academies. So to me, it really expresses the fact that that Benedictine is creating that type of leader that we all expect. Okay, number one. Number two, somebody like an Andy Barba, good basketball player, has a basketball scholarship to Miami. He's a junior now. He was awarded he won an award from the Cleveland Clinic for an art project. Okay, we had two of our students that, under Mrs. Shannon's direction, that won that. So now you have, in my mind, that same combination: good in the classroom, in this case the fine arts area, and still an excellent athlete. What we like to do there. The academic challenge team has won a spot in the national tournament. They'll be traveling to Chicago right after school gets out in June, and to take those on. You might have saw on the website or Twitter or Facebook that they beat Gilmore in their last round. Okay, so I was like, beat Gilmore, so that was really good. Okay, we have College Ready Career Bound, where we bring career expertise into the classroom. Engineering, medicine, entrepreneurship, and then media. Related to that, the engineering club, they had field trips to visit NASA, Virgin Galactic, and Tesla. So again, we're getting these kids out to actually see what engineers do and not just study what the math is or what computer programming is, but actually get those experiences out in the real world. In the media area, your son, Mark Francioli, is being honored by the Columbia School of Journalism next weekend. He'll be giving a talk there. And he's also just recently has received a grant from Ohio University in order to start up a new class that will be part of our media program starting next year. So in my mind, real leadership as well as recognition of the value of our faculty like Mr. Francioli. Half of our seniors are graduating with 9 college credits, which happen on campus because we have enough of our faculty that have an advanced degree that become the adjunct professor for Notre Dame College, Baldwin Wallace, a Tri-C, or something like that, okay? We had about 3 kids that had over 20 college credits coming out of Benedictine. So again, that's the type of teacher leadership that we've developed. It's not as simple as I'm going to teach this course. Those teachers actually have to develop the curriculum that's consistent with those colleges in order to be qualified to teach those. So they're not just teaching, but they're also developing, they're also learning themselves. It's that whole idea of contributing to the total advancement of the institution. We'll end up this year, we just finished the third quarter yesterday. We'll finish up the fourth quarter and have 82 seniors graduating. At this point, that group of 82 have over 200 college acceptances, and we'll see where they end up going. I'll read the program at graduation and figure out where people are really going. Okay, I know here and there, but not. I think we have. I know we have at least 6 that have been accepted to John Corrall. I think some of you guys are John Corrall people, and I know at least 2 of them have been accepted already. So we'll see how the other ones work out there. From a service standpoint, in addition to our retreats, they're doing a Stronger Men of Benedictine retreat right now, and Living with St. Benedict retreat right now. Every once in a while, probably every quarter, we have a major service program where the kids are responsible for bringing in either wintertime it was warm clothing, right before the end of the second quarter it was bringing in soda pop for the Malachi House. Malachi House is a organization that provides hospice for those dying that are homeless. Okay, so it's a very it's a very important relationship that we've built over time. Some of our kids actually volunteer there, and then as a school, when you're dying like that, they say, we're going to give you whatever you want. A lot of these people want soda. The state doesn't provide soda, so we're providing soda that probably lasts them a good 6 months. We're talking about 300 to 400 cases of soda is what we're talking about coming into the Malachi House. So great job with the kids with that, doing things like that. Sports-wise, Luke Felici, he's a sophomore for the second year in a row. He's a diver. He's been on the podium in the state meet. So as a sophomore, he was in 5th place. As a freshman, he was in 8th place. And I looked at his numbers. He seems to come through right in the last dive, okay? He's kind of hanging around 8th and 9th, and all of a sudden he's in 5th. Last year he was hanging around 11th or 12th. All of a sudden he's in 8th. So it looks like he works well under pressure. And we'll see how far he gets next year. Winter sport-wise, Derek Burtis, he's going to JCU. He went to the state as a wrestler. Senior, 4th year, first time down the state. Really great kid. Runs his own business, part of the Entrepreneur Club, which is, again, one of our concentration areas in College Ready Career Bound, and runs his own landscaping business. And he talks about, when we have him talk to some of our mentors that come in, that are business people, he talks to them about, hardest thing I have is hiring good people, okay? So it's like, so they're learning, and they're doing it, he's going to John Corrall because he can still run his business during the summer versus someplace else where he might not ever be doing it. Besides, John Corrall's a great school, right? Looking forward, we have the Blue and White Gala coming this Saturday. It's our single biggest fundraiser. It's for scholarships. 90% of our kids get a scholarship. Tuition, a little different than you guys had it when you were here, okay? It's $12,500, okay? If you're a middle class family out in the Euclid area or even the university area, or you're an urban family in the Cleveland area, you need some help to do that. So we end up giving over $1 million in scholarship to allow those 350 young men to have an opportunity to get the Benedictine education that all of you guys have, all right? So it's a big deal. Blue White Gala, it's great fun for me because you get to really feel the community. The kids are there as your host and entertainment, so our guests get to actually see what a man of Benedictine looks like. I get a chance to meet people that I haven't seen for much of the year, or see them again, which is great fun. So if you ever have a chance to be able to join us for that, please do, okay? It's a wonderful Benedictine community idea. Same thing, Hall of Fame, Hall of Honor. To me, I love honoring all those people, but the best part for me is meeting our like-minded community. We are going to honor this year at the Blue and White Gala, based on our medical community. Start from the idea that it's Med, that's how we call our medical concentration college ready curve on. We literally have 4 upperclassmen that once a week go to St. Vincent Charity Medical Center and go on rounds and activities with the docs there, okay? So they're literally all over the hospital learning what doctors do. And the idea there is they have an idea if that's a career they really want to get into, number one. So that's Ben Med, number one. Number two, we're going to honor St. Vincent Charity Medical Center because of their connection with us as a school, and also Cleveland Clinic Children's Rehab. They're kitty corner to us there on MLK, and we have a lot of joint relationships, and they come over and use our facilities, and our kids interact with the autistic kids that come over and spend time in our gym. So again, we have that relationship, and they'll also help us with summer internships for our students in our Med program. And then finally, our graduates that are doctors, okay? We've invited back our graduates that are now physicians or retired physicians in order to, again, acknowledge the fact that Benedictine helped them get on that career path, and we're happy to have them back. So medicine's our theme this year, and we're happy to do that. Moving to the other side, baseball. April 26th, you'll start seeing emails come out as well as the website. Benedictine's playing Nations at Progressive Field. Okay, so great. Hopefully the weather's great. We'll have a great opportunity to be at the big time stadium playing St. Ignatius. We're looking forward to that. First home game. Home game is Nobby's Field. March 25th. Okay, a week from Monday, okay? 2 weeks from Monday. A week from Monday, something like that, okay? March 25th at Nobby Field, Case, which is Case University, okay? And that's coming up. Great field to come see a game. Everything's close by. It's a wonderful location. It's easy to get to. Please come down.
May I interrupt a second?
Yeah.
We are all speaking about Benedictine, just how wonderful Benedictine is, how it has helped to make every one of us probably a greater success than we would have been if we would have got stuck at St. Ignatius or St. Edward, somewhere like that. But the biggest thing is, at the age we are at, and Frank, I wasn't going to mention this, but Frank mentioned it. I went to Benedictine. My father could not afford $125 to send me to Benedictine in 1951. I was lucky I could throw a baseball, and Father Robert used to be a minor league baseball pitcher in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. So Father helped me get financial aid into a Benedictine. We all have stories on what effect Benedictine had upon us. A wonderful way for every one of us to say as a thank you is to leave Benedictine in our will. When you're writing your will and your trust documents, you can say, let Benedictine have X amount, or let them have 6% or 3% or whatever. So we can say thank you, and Benedictine, they can help other and future men of a Benedictine have many of the wonderful successes which we have had. And so all I'm asking is, if you do not have a Benedictine in your will, think about it. That is one final way we can say thank you for making us men of a Benedictine.
Thank you. Well said, Nabi. And if you need help with that, our people in advancement have other people that work with us that are experts in those areas that can help you through that, advise you where to go and to get help to set up your wills that way. So there are quite a few of our grads that have done that and continue to do that. And again, that's part of our future. Speaking of our future, we've had registration for freshmen. Think about it as a continuous process. This registration is primarily for Catholic schools, the Catholic school system. We're still getting kids from 5 different counties, which means right now in school we probably have kids from 94, almost 95 different grade schools, okay? So we're all over the city, 5 counties. Bus systems go out, pick up these kids. A lot of, we have 50 plus kids that come from us because they're folks work in the university circle area, and they drop the kids off. We pick them up in the morning, drop them back off. So again, we got kids from all over. We have more kids this year than last year from our Catholic school system, which is basically means we're getting the word out. We've been very consistent. One of my objectives as president is to be much more consistent in our ability to attract students, as well as attract the scholarship dollars it takes to support those students. You might have seen the number. Last year, we increased the number of participants that were providing scholarship monies for us by 40% more people were actually helping us in terms of scholarship dollars, okay? And that continues this year in terms of increasing the participation as well as the amount of money that's coming in for scholarships. Number one. Number two, from an enrollment standpoint, more Catholic school kids than we've had in the last couple of years, and now our attention turns to really the charter schools and the public schools, of which tend to be about 40% of our, 35 to 40% of our population. So job's not done, but right now we're pleased with what it looks like for next year, which means what it looks like for our future generations. So things are good. I'm impatiently optimistic. We're currently looking for we have an active search committee for a new principal. Mrs. Zulat, who sent, is it 9 boys through our school? Some number of boys through our school, it could be as many as 9, and has been the assistant principal and the principal for the last 5 years, is retiring, and we're actively looking for her replacement right now. So that's the news there. You've probably heard and you've seen this little old news. We have a new football coach. He's Jared Good, is a grad. He's been our Dean of Men. He's done a wonderful job in terms of communicating with our young men, creating stability and behavior in the building. Guy of high standards, quiet, big guy who seems to have the respect for the students. We're looking forward to his leadership in that athletic area. Basketball team, division champs, lost in the regionals, up and down year, but more up than down, and we're pleased that so many young men had that opportunity to get into the regionals and participate at that level. So if you have questions, happy to answer a few questions. I don't want to keep you guys forever, but that's the state of the school, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. The energy in this room, like most Benedictine places, is really good. I like that. I appreciate Bob setting this whole thing up and making sure.
To Russell Davis and John Sullivan.
Very good.
You'll be on video, so look for it on the computer.
All right, very good. I appreciate that. Questions?
A couple of years ago, you were streaming basketball.
Yes.
Is that still available?
Not this year. That was basically a club, and the kids were not interested. I know right now I have a freshman coming in who's asking about, can I do that?
Yeah.
So we're looking at how can we actually get that revolved. Great idea. So yeah, I actually was looking at it in the last couple of weeks, or actually a couple months, because I knew I had a freshman that was interested in that.
Okay.
The gentleman, the teacher that ran that, still is here, would like to run it again, so we'll see how far we can get on that.
Hope so.
Love the idea. Anything else? Thanks so much, all right? Thank you, gentlemen.
Boy, how things have changed. Wow. But, you know that we go back and we share all our old memories. That's why we're here. He's here with all the future. But, when we go back, if you remember back in our days, remember in our freshman and high school days, we had to take Latin. How many years remember that? Latin, 2 years. Had to take Latin. Father, why do we have to take Latin? It's only good for lawyers, not lawyers, but doctors, pharmacists, and if you want to be a priest, you had to learn Latin for 2 years. I don't know, were you there then?
Took Latin, 2 years.
Ugh.
Caesar's wars.
Father Damien, bless his soul. We had to have him, you know, and we had to read Latin. You can ask my guys, Antonelli and Andy Bernaro and Ron. We had to learn that. You had to read it, you had to translate it. Well, maybe the upper class, no problem. Us bimbos down below, we had trouble, okay? So we could, if we had it, you're lucky. I could read it, but translate it. So Father Damien says, we're gonna give you 4 paragraphs. He said, out of the 4 paragraphs, you have to translate 1 Latin paragraph. Oh God, how are we gonna do that? So I figured, how am I gonna pass it? I got an upperclassman. He was going for a seminary fees. He spent an hour and a half with me. He said, Bob, don't worry. I said, how do you think I'm gonna pass Father Damien's test? I said, get D minus. Don't worry about it. He says, hour and a half. So sat down, 4 paragraphs. He made me memorize an hour and a half of the 4 paragraphs. When the test came, I was the first one done in 10 minutes. And everybody, And I said, there, Bob, you gotta go pee? I said, no, I don't have to go pee. I said, I'm done. So he looks at it. I said, okay, sit down. Father, what did you get? What did you get? Okay. I found this, and I want to present it to him. What it is Benedictine Mr. Augie Basu, a great coach, and a wonderful dad. And if you all know, this is it, wonderful dad. And if you remember back in our time, the grotto, when we all were at the grotto, okay, right? But here, wonderful memories of father and son, 1966, when you presented your dad with a Latin football game, football to his dad at school. What year were you in?
Senior year.
Senior year?
Yeah.
See? So we want to present him, because now his dad was part of us. He is now part of us now.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Bob. Just very quickly, two thoughts. One is that one of the pleasures of my job is I get Augie stories all the time. And it's all the way up to kids that are like 30 years old that have an Augie story, okay? And not even from Benedictine, all right? So that's one of my pleasures. The other one is that it's really clear to me that one of the values of Benedictine is the longevity of some of our heroes. Joe Rufus, Bishop Grease, Augie Basu, and part of my objective and job is to get more of those types of people that are dedicated and sticking us with a long time. Your son, Mark Francioli, is just like that, okay? Because what that does is really connects the different generations together, okay? If you had my dad for a class, or you had him for football or baseball, you relate to those same experiences with someone even 10 years older, sometimes 10 years younger, depending on where you're at, okay? So it really cuts across that. I think that's really one of the values and really one of the stalwarts of Benedictine. One of our hallmarks of Benedictine is stability. And to me, that's a great demonstration of what that stability looks like. Not just the stability to get a kid through high school and be a stable human being and contributing member in leadership, okay? But also the idea we have a community that creates stability. And the fact that you guys are here is a testament to that level of stability. So thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
That's good. All right, one more thing. Since we are here, and you know that we had like Mr. Francioli, it was hard to